Welcome back. September 18th marks National Equal Pay Day, a day that shines a spotlight on wage inequality and the ongoing efforts to close the gender and racial gaps in the workforce. While we've made progress, discrimination in pay and employment still impacts millions of Americans today. Joining us once again is Micha Star Liberty with Liberty Law, an employment law expert who advocates for fairness and equity in the workforce. Hi, Micha.
Hi, Kate. Thanks so much for having me.
It's great to have you back. So let's start with Equal Pay Day itself. So can you explain what this day represents and why it's still an important reminder even in 2025?
It's an incredibly important day. This day represents how long a woman has to work to match the pay of her white male counterparts, to catch up to them.
Wow.
How much she has to work into the year. Isn't that incredible?
That's crazy.
Yes, yes. And it's really important because we know we're doing the same jobs, the same tasks, and we're not being paid the same as our white male counterparts. And that's just not how it should be.
It's wild to think that this is still happening even in 2025, that we haven't figured out how to get rid of this.
Exactly. And in white women, this is Equal Pay Day for white women, and we earn 83 cents to the dollar. When we talk about Asian American women, African American women, Hispanic women, and Indigenous women, the numbers go down further and further and further, and they have to work longer and longer and longer to equal that $1.
Wow. So today really is an important day to highlight.
It is. It is.
So let's talk about how maybe an employee can tell if they're experiencing this wage discrimination. Maybe they were unaware, and what steps they should take if they're suspecting it.
Yeah, well, one of the big fights that we've had politically over the past few years, and we've been successful, is to get transparency in pay. So this allows us to finally understand what our cohorts are being paid for the same jobs at the same companies. And this allows us to see as much as we can who is making what. Now, so transparency is going to promote fairness. It's going to help us build trust. It's going to help us ensure that people are being compensated based on their skills, their experience, their performance, not just based on their immutable characteristics like race and gender. It doesn't solve everything, but it helps promote accountability, and it is a meaningful shift. We still have a long way to go. We should not be so far behind our male counterparts. But now we know when employers post jobs, they have to post the wage that they're going to pay, regardless of who's applying for the job. The area that we're still kind of negotiating over and we're still pushing for is the intangibles, bonuses, and who's getting pay raises. The other kind of untangible things that's not in the strict salary or the hourly wage.
So do you think transparency is the best tool we have right now, or are there other steps that we should be taking to close this pay gap?
Transparency is the best legislative tool. I think that, in terms of other options, if you have a claim, you can go to the California Office of Civil Rights and bring a claim, ask them to investigate and bring a claim. You can go to the Department of Labor Enforcement and talk to them and bring a claim, or you can talk to an equal pay lawyer. We do a ton of these cases in litigation because the only way to hold people accountable is to hold them accountable. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is through bringing a lawsuit. And what we tend to see time and time again with these companies who are flouting the equal pay laws is that it's not just happening once. There's usually clusters of women who are being underpaid when compared to their male counterparts.
So if there are women out there who are ready to speak up and they might need your legal advice, how do they get a hold of you?
LibertyLaw.com is the best way. They can also call us at 510-645-1000. We're happy to answer any questions we can.
Well, thank you so much, Mike. It was wonderful to have you back on the show.
Great to see you again, Kate. You take care.
You too. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
And we have more Studio 17 coming up.